Hi, welcome back to my channel. This video is a part 2 to the video I did called Natural Birth Control, A New Way. It was my very second YouTube video, and if you haven't seen it yet, check out the link in the description box and you can see what that video is all about. So this is really a continuation. I have been using natural birth control planning for over a year now, and I really enjoy it. But some of the comments and some of the feedback I got from you guys was saying, like, the lady comp, which is what I introduced in my first video, that it's too expensive, and have you tried this other version of it? Is there anything else you can do? And since then I've been researching quite a bit, and I found that there's quite a few apps out there that are actually free. So I wanted to actually take the time, and I spent the last 2 months charting my cycle the way that I normally do, through the lady comp, and with the information I've learned in this book, which is Taking Charge of Your Fertility. And also, I also charted it on the app. So it was just a little bit of extra work every morning, but it was worth it because I wanted to make this video educational for you guys, and also give you maybe another way to think about natural planning without spending any money at all. The only thing that I would say to spend money on is this book, this Taking Charge of Your Fertility, because if you are like most women out there, you may not have a clue about what's going on with your body and your cycle, and this will kind of re-educate you. And so here are the ways that you can chart your fertility. The first way to do it is to read this book, this Taking Charge of Your Fertility, and you can go online, and I will link down below. You can print out pieces of paper that are blank charts, and this, for example, is my fertility chart for this month of December so far, and it is really self-explanatory. If you read the book, you will understand exactly what you're doing. The second way to chart your fertility is through the lady comp, which I showed you in my last video. But if you don't want to spend a large amount of money, there are these applications. And the 3 apps that I tried out for 2 months was FF Mobile, Kindara, and Ovia. The one that I liked the most was the Ovia. The other 2 I found a little bit difficult to navigate, and the FF Mobile was, I think, the most confusing to me. It was very antiquated, and it's like Windows versus Mac. So it was more on the Windows side, which I don't like, or it just seemed dated to me, which I really don't like. So the one that I liked the most was this Ovia, and I think it's really great because there's so much information in this. There's lots of articles that are educational when you come to like the home page of it. And then whenever you are ready in the morning to take your temperature, you would just need to have a thermometer. So like the lady comp here has its own little thermometer attached, which is pretty nifty. But if you go to like a drugstore and buy a thermometer, I mean, just a regular thermometer that goes under your tongue, $5, $7, something like that, maybe cheaper. The great thing about this app is that it is so in-depth. You first have all these questions, which is great. It talks about what's going on with your period. It talks about what do you feel mood-wise, which may seem kind of weird to track, but when you can look back over the month, you'll kind of see where your moodiness is and where it's not, and what it's connected to within your cycle. It lets you track symptoms like body aches and any stomach problems. You track whether you had sex that day or not. You track cervical fluid, which is, if you have not read the book about taking charge of your fertility, cervical fluid is a big detector of whether you're fertile or not. So you need to definitely keep track of that, and it helps you. You can put in a measurement of your cervical position, and if you're trying to get pregnant, it gives you options to punch in your data about ovulation and pregnancy tests, and you put in your temperature, your waking temperature, and if you want, you can even put blood pressure, when you went to sleep, how much you weigh, how many proteins and grains and water you had that day, what activity. So for me, this is extremely comprehensive, even more so than the lady comp. Some days I don't want to fill all that out, so I don't, But I think it's really great that it's there. It really kind of gives you, if you are going through any strange changes or anything, you have proof and you have something to jot this down if you need to go to the doctor. Once you go to the calendar, it will show you in green when you're fertile and when your projected period is and when you last had your period, and you can see the days that you had sex and blah blah blah. I recommend this a lot. It's just tracking your fertility, and that's that. Then you know when to have sex if you're trying to have a baby, and you know when not to have sex if you're not trying to have a baby, and it's completely free. So I highly recommend it. I hope that you find this helpful, and if you've tried any fertility apps, let me know, because my goal with this video was to try 3 apps and have them be free, because that's a lot of the things that I've talked to you guys about was the price. I don't really see why you would need to spend money on an app to do that. It's basically the same. In summary though, I still love this lady comp. There's something comforting, even though I know what I'm doing and I know how to track my fertility now, there's something comforting about the red light, the green light, and the yellow light. It's just kind of like a backup that yes, for sure you can have sex, or no, it's not safe. So for me, I still will use this until it breaks probably. Let me know if you have any questions. This has been one of my most popular videos, so please, let's discuss. Let's talk about it down in the comments below. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you next time. Bye.